Sam Fisher. This time, you're going deep undercover. I used to be a hero. Now I'm a wanted man. I used to hunt terrorists. Now I am one.
You have a little problem.
I used to take orders.
Finish your mission.
Now I execute them. I become a double agent. Tom Clancy, Splinter Cell double agent.
Double Agent is the fourth installment in the Splinter Cell series, following the original Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, and Chaos Theory. Double Agent was developed and published by Ubisoft and was released on the Xbox 360 on October 19, 2006. There were also slightly different versions of the game released on other consoles such as the PS2, the Wii, the GameCube, and more, and eventually the PS3 received Double Agent in March 2007. In today's review, we will be looking at the Xbox 360 and the PS3 versions of the game. Anyway, let's not waste any more time and get right into it. Story for this game. Whilst on a mission to Iceland, Sam is pulled out early and learns that his daughter Sarah has been killed in a car accident. He obviously doesn't take it very well and is both angry and depressed for quite some time. Third Echelon soon discovers that a terrorist group known as the JBA, or John Brown's Army, is operating in New York City and they want to take it down. So they arrange to have Sam Fisher placed in jail in order to befriend a fellow inmate who is currently a member of the JBA, known as Jamie Washington. Thus why this game is called Double Agent. The story in this game is actually pretty good. Although it is primarily told through cutscenes during loading sequences, it really helps the player keep track of what's going on. What makes the story even more gripping is often the player is given a choice of Sam's actions, each choice resulting in a different outcome. So, however, rather than me just sit here and try to explain it to you, I thought it would be better if I just showed you one particular occasion. So let's take a look.
Sam Fisher, glad you're here. I was getting a little tired. I'd like you to meet Cole Yeager. You might recognize him as the pilot from the news helicopter that Jamie was stupid enough to bring here. Here you go.
What do you want me to do with this?
What do you think? No decisions.
There are choices like that throughout the game. Whilst each result doesn't change the overall plot too dramatically, it definitely adds some bizarre, unexpected twists and definitely helps keep the player engrossed in what's going on, as well as adding tremendous replay value to the game, which I'll talk about later. Presentation for this game. The visuals in this game are great. The textures are well detailed, the animations are very fluent, and everything just looks great in general. The frame rate is consistent, even in the more full-on situations, and the character models just look awesome. Each mission places you on a different locale, and each looks and feels the part, with my favourite being the Cozumel Mexican cruise ship. Not only are the graphics on this game well done, but the audio presentation is also above average. One issue I do have though, is often you find that the animations such as mouth movement and body gestures aren't in sync at all with the associated audio. Whilst it's not a game-breaking issue, it certainly could have been improved. Here, let me demonstrate what I mean.
The longer you make me wait, the less I like you. You know that?
Gameplay for this game. Now this is where it gets complicated, because there are so many good things about Splinter Cell and such a short time to mention them in. Splinter Cell Double Agent offers loyal players of the series something much different from past titles. Gone is the light and shadow stealth meter, and in its place is a small light indicator, which is green when you are a ghost and completely invisible to people, yellow if you're visible, and red if you're exposed. Now, I do know that many players weren't happy with this, as they were so used to the previous 3 titles giving them what they were used to. However, it did offer a much greater challenge, and it wasn't all that difficult to get used to. Another thing that was done differently in Double Agent is that some missions took place during broad daylight. There were almost no hiding places. Again, this pissed some people off, but it added a greater level of challenge to the game, as players were forced to rely on objects for cover rather than just dark corners. One particular mission that comes to mind is the Kinshasa mission, where not only is it broad fucking daylight, but you're in the middle of a massive gun battle, which made it even harder to remain undetected. Many of the moves from past Splinter Cell titles are present here, including the split jump, inverted neck break, the balcony kill, and even a stealthy grab from beneath the water. There are also a number of cool new moves, with my favourite being the one where you grab an enemy from underneath the ice and pull him to his doom. You will even find yourself swimming underwater and even skydiving to your next objective. Now that's fucking cool. By far, the biggest aspect of this game's gameplay is the ability to choose between objectives in order to gain trust from both the JBA and the NSA. By completing missions for the JBA, you gain their trust. However, at the same time, you lose some trust from the NSA, and the same goes for completing objectives for the NSA as opposed to the JBA. The aim of the game is to keep both sides happy for the duration of the plot. Otherwise, mission failure. So therefore, the choices you make are paramount in this game, which really adds to the suspension that this game provides. I also mentioned before that some choices you make affect the direction of the plot. Well, that is true, which adds a tremendous amount of replay value to the game, as you can go back and replay missions, make a different decision, and see the alternative results. The game isn't without its faults though. The PlayStation 3 version especially has loading times up the fucking arse. Seriously, every time you get to a checkpoint, before every mission, and even when you fucking boot up the game initially, there are so many loading times. Now, it's not so bad on the Xbox 360 version, but it's still an annoyance. Another minor thing that annoys me is some of the JBA HQ missions when you are given ridiculous amounts of time to complete a few objectives. Now, most of the time it's not that bad, but sometimes you have like 10 to 15 minutes to go when you are finished and find yourself just fucking standing around waiting. Now, there is no option to speed up time either, so you're just fucking stuck, waiting. So you have to be patient. My advice, finish your shit and then go take a fucking shit or something. Seriously, you have plenty of fucking time, as you can see. Now, the final thing I will say, and now I'm just nitpicking, is that although the stealth style of gameplay is awesome and addictive, you have to question the level of intelligence and the vision power of some people in this game. Hello? Are you fucking serious? How can this dickhead not see me? I'm right outside the window, you fucking idiot! Open your fucking eyes! And you've got to be kidding. G'day, Moss. G'day, mate, how are ya? I mean, I'm just outside this brightly illuminated room about a metre away from you on the other side of clear glass, just in case you weren't aware that I was there. You fucking moron! Oh, hey, wait. Now that's just rude. Yeah, as I said, nitpicking. It's by no means a game-breaking issue, it's just that you often wonder how people would go in real life when people aren't this fucking dumb and aren't this fucking blind. Now, as for the online multiplayer, I never really played it, so I can't review it. So I'm not even going to pass comment on it, okay? So if you're wondering why there's no mention of the online multiplayer in here, it's because I never fucking played it. Overall, Splinter Cell Double Agent was an awesome game. The Splinter Cell stealth style of gameplay is addictive as hell to some people, including myself, and although this game kinda strayed away from past formulas, it was still a great success and an absolute blast to play. The story was good and intriguing, the audio-visual presentation was well done, with only a few minor hiccups, and most importantly, the gameplay was awesome and addictive as always, and it offered a bit more of a challenge than past Splinter Cell games. Overall, this game gets an 8 out of 10. Well done, Fisher. Well done.